Well, what's going on, Jamie here? Wanted to cut a quick video on Wise, take a look at the reservations, and then go ahead and put in a deposit, initial deposit. So yeah, this thing is, we're currently right now in day one. It's going to be a 50-day pre-sale, after which we're going to get our tokens minted to us afterwards, and then we can start staking, okay? So again, watch some of the other videos that I put out on Wise if you want to see how this thing works. Put out a video yesterday talking about why I'm so bullish on this particular crypto and this project. But yeah, this is taken off. As you can see here, 6,359 Ethereum has been sent in already to Reserve Wise, and they will be refunding up to 70% of your gas fees for the first 20,000 ETH sent to the contract. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the reservations and see what days are, what the days are looking like. So as you can see, we're currently in day one, right? There's 9.5 hours left in day one, then after which obviously day two will start. Look at this, 560 Ethereum already. I think towards the end of the day, or when this thing starts to get closer and closer to zero, there's going to be way more ETH put in. That's just my speculation. And then you have these other days that, if you look at, currently have less ETH, right? Like this one here has 191 ETH. And then as we get closer to the end, you have days that have 106, right? So what days can you get into to make sure you get the most Wise? Well, in my opinion, you really can't tell, right? There's really no guaranteed way to predict which day is going to be the best day to go in, because you might look at day one and say, there's already 560 ETH, that might get closer to 600 ETH over the course of the next, almost 10 hours. I'm going to skip day one, right? And that might be a good idea. I don't know. I'm not giving you financial advice. Do your own strategy. If you want to skip day one, that's great. But again, like I said, you never can tell, because, when this is all said and done and we hit 50 days of this pre-sale, day one might not be the biggest day. You might have day 49 or day 50. People tend to FOMO into things when it's almost too close to the deadline, right? So as people start to see the pre-sale coming to an end 50 days from now, 49 days from now, that's when they might start pumping ETH in, because they feel like they're going to miss it and they're going to be pumping in more ETH. People that came in already might start to pump in a little bit more ETH, right? So day one might not be the biggest day. The biggest day might be day 49 or day 50. Again, you cannot really tell. So the best strategy to be safe would be to dollar cost average in, put in a deposit that'll that'll get spread evenly throughout the 50 days. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and dollar cost average in 50 ETH, so that 1 ETH goes into every day. And then I'm going to have some ETH set aside as we go through the next 50 days of this pre-sale, where if I feel like there's a day that I want to jump into, if there's a day that maybe is slower than others, or maybe we're in day 15 or 16 and I see like maybe there's not as much ETH going in that day, then I'll just pump in more ETH. I'll put in an extra 1 or 2 ETH on that day, put in an extra 1 or 2 ETH on another day, so forth and so on. So that's kind of my strategy, right? Dollar cost average in, so I'm safe. I'll get the average price over the 50 days, and then I'll have some ETH set aside where I can jump in wherever I see fit, right? Again, that might not be your strategy. Put together your strategy, and then get moving, right? Get to action, because again, this next 50 days is going to go by really, really quick, and then we're going to soon be in a position where we can start staking, right? So let's get to it. Let me 1 second here. Let me just make sure I have my wallet open. Okay, so I preloaded this wallet with a 50 ETH. As you can see right now, there's more ETH going into it. So I'm going to just click on Reserve Wise token, and then I can select all days. Now, if you want to, select specific days, again, this is all customizable, right? And then what you can do here is the minimum to do this dollar cost average go into all 50 days is 2.5 ETH, because 0.05 ETH will go into all 50 days. I'm going to go ahead and put 50 ETH in, right? Again, 1 ETH will go into, each day, right? So I'll just click on reserve wise. Now, if you look at the gas fee is pretty high. Now I'm going to get up to 70% of that refunded back to me once the pre-sale is over. It might be high because Ethereum had a little challenge about 3 or 4 hours ago, and people are, rushing into, the network to do transactions. I don't know. At this point, I just want to get this done with because I got other things I need to do today. So I'm going to go ahead and just speed this up, put it up to 170. And just confirm, right? So this will go ahead and do its thing. But yeah, that's how simple it is, guys. So again, you might wait till a little bit later today. Maybe the gas fees might be a little bit lower, because I think the network will stabilize a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get 70%, up to 70% of my gas fees refunded back to me. And I just want to kind of get this over with and done. There's the confetti. So I am officially in on Wise. Guys, I just put in 50 ETH over, I think that's 23,000 USD that I just invested into this thing. So we're going to be following this thing throughout the course of the next 50 days. And again, I'm going to have some extra ETH set aside where I'm going to, figure out what days I want to go into and maybe pump in a little bit more. So again, if you want to follow me on my journey with this, if you want to see my strategy and what I'm doing, what I'm actually doing as I document this, subscribe to this channel. Also follow me on Telegram. I'll leave a link to my Telegram underneath below. If you want to subscribe to our newsletter, head on over to cryptojimmy.com. I'll leave a link for that as well. And yeah, this is going to be a very, very fun ride, guys. I think Wise has, a ton of meat, a ton of substance. It has legs to hold itself up. It has, again, I've mentioned it many, many times before. You're not going to see these rug pulls that you see going around because, like I said, the liquidity, it's ownerless liquidity, guys, okay? Awesome stuff. I can talk on and on about it, but again, I've done so many videos about it. Go ahead and check those out. I just wanted to show you how you reserve your Wise. And yeah, just showing you that, look, I'm putting my, I'm backing up what I'm saying. I'm putting $23,000+ of my own money into this. And I'm going to be putting some more. I'm going to be picking some days that I feel are good to go into. And I'll throw an ETH there, an ETH here. Everywhere you go, I'll throw an ETH. But yeah, this will be a fun ride, guys. I think 2021 is going to be an awesome year for Wise. And if you're looking for a solid, midterm to long-term, 12-month, something solid that you can get into that's going to be around, I think this is definitely worth checking out. Of course, do your own research, do your own due diligence. As always, only put in what you can afford to lose. This is crypto. And that's it. I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Have a good one. Peace.